Breaking news. Apology not accepted. Charlie boy, he don't scatter everywhere. He don't react as Buhari begged Nigerians for forgiveness. Charlie boy don't come out to say this man say all the whole thing where you commit. The same thing where Charlie boy they talk, and the same thing where Omoyele they also talk. They don't tell Alhaji Bubu say the atrocities where you commit to Nigerians, both the living and the dead, say they will never forgive you, or it is unforgivable according to Charlie Boy and Omoyele Sowore. So my good people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your region or depending on your location where you are at this point in time. I bless you all and welcome you all to this broadcast. Please, if you never subscribe to my channel, I want you to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you'll be get updates each time we'll post something new or we'll go live on this channel. So make on a just cool, make on a hold on a temper, because I have a lot of news to bring to my people this early morning. It don't happen again because Nigeria are the only country where they take their citizens serious. Because if this government cares about the citizens, I don't see the reason why. Where the people will be dying on daily basis. Nobody cares to know. Nobody even cares to do anything. We have what do they call it? Military personnel who have not done anything, who have not even win a single war, but they are commanders and they have made them lieutenant and the rest of them. Okay, look at this problem where they happen for Sudan. The Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, where waiting be done in them, he say in them na bike dabiri erewa. He don't go the class with the people. Where they ask him online, they say make he do what? Make he put more effort to make sure that our 5,500 Nigerians where they stranded for Sudan, say they go free bring them come back home. Now so this woman called Cheno can't abuse people online. Somebody that we are paying with our taxpayers' money. We send you there to serve, not for you to become a olori, so that nobody will be able to talk to you. Now, so the woman just the clash and bad people online. This woman, if she have her way, I'm very, very sure this one go to send mobs, make them go to attack people. Make you hear the breaking news. Abike Dabiri Erewa clashes with the aggrieved Nigerians, demanding more from stranded nationals caught in Sudanese war. So that's how the thing take bio. So my good people, as when they hear this one, make on just make sure say you grab your popcorn and your water, because we have a lot of intriguing and interesting news this early morning that we brought to you. So please make you do what? Tighten your seatbelt, because we are flying on a very high altitude. Do not touch the dial. Let me drink some water. I'll be right back. I am back again, my brother. Make on I hear this news. This one is coming from this our Obonga pastor. Where we say na ain't call God, I be God call him. He name be pastor, he be your me. Listen to what he got to tell our young youths of nowadays, because they don't make all this mistake. That is why most of the marriages not the last. Some people they come out, go the house of Ogbo, go collect wife. Some they go for bar, go collect wife. So he don't come out to come shout on top of his voice. Come they tell us to say, if you find your wife in a night club, forget it. That is a demon. According to Pastor Ibiyomi. This one is coming all the way from Anambra State. Unknown gunmen don't kidnap a parish priest in Anambra State. This one is Obonga news. This one is coming from the camp of Labour Party. Suspended members trying to stop Obi's case against Tinubu's victory. Labour Party don't cry out. Election Tribunal, Peter Obi don't respond to objections filed against his petition challenging Tinubu's victory. So this one, now here we go end. Other headlines have to wait. So my good people, please make an attention on a sensibility. Make you hear as a Charlie boy take a scatter everywhere. Even as rock now, they under they don't scatter. Everything is under confusion because he don't come out to this one Ezumu Okorobia according to the way we take him. You know his name already, Charlie Boy, area father. He don't come out to conquer to change and say, as you be president, you don't deal with the Nigerians. So make you not ask us for any forgiveness. Say, we no go forgive you. Veteran Nigerian singer, where his name be Charles OPUTA, popularly known as Charlie Boy, has knocked President Muhammadu Buhari for begging Nigerians forgiveness after deliberately mismanaging the country for complete good 8 years, according to Charlie Boy. Then the Daily Post records that President Buhari, in his held effusive message, begs Nigerians to forgive him in any way he has hurt them, saying, "Although that I have hurt, I ask that they pardon me." Reacting via a video message shared on his Twitter handle, Charlie Boy said the president's apology is not accepted, at least by him. He accused Buhari and his party of intentionally mismanaging Nigeria in the last 8 good years. He said, "Dear General Buhari, apology not accepted, at least by me." He did not accept the apology where President Bubu, the throwaway give all Nigerians. I beg, stop forming the power that you hungered for. At you don't test them. You don't test them now. Okay, the power you don't take away the contest for all these presidents now for the second time because he don't become a military head of state in this Nigeria. Maybe that time he don't get the kind of money or he don't tip the kind of money where he want tip. That is why he come back for the second time. The second time, and this your second coming, well, no perfect. What you failed to complete on your face. Are you happy now? Of course, that is exactly what I said. He came back to complete what he did not accomplish in 1975 when he is head of state. So now he have come out, he want to impoverish the country, he want the economy of Nigeria to scatter simply because they overthrew him during those periods. And exactly that is the point. And that is the Fulani for you. Fulani don't have a forgiving heart. Whatever you do to them, they must come back to retaliate. That's exactly what Muhammadu Buhari have done to Nigerians. And we are saying, "Oh Chichago, oh Nawago, Iwo Nyori, just pack your kaya and go. We don't want you again." Despite the fact that you come to say sorry, we are not. This one is medicine after death. It's complete medicine after death. After impoverishing the whole nation with a lot of strategies, this one you come they say Naira redesign, whereby they spend almost billions of Naira printing new currencies. But as it stands at this moment now, what we are spending in Nigeria now is the old currency. Where is the new currency that have been printed? Our politicians don't pack them also go put for their warehouse, because that is how we keep on impoverishing the poor masses in this country. Whereby we will be looking for cash. Cash will not be in circulation, but in the warehouse of our politicians we voted to lead the country, you find out that they have billions of Naira in cash stocked in there. What they are doing with it is what I don't know. Or maybe they are preparing for the next 4 years election, which they will use to buy. And I'm very, very sure and optimistic that this new currency is being cooling off in the houses of our dear politicians, who feel the only way to achieve power in Nigeria is by vote buying and causing confusions through talks. I beg, stop forming. Okay, according to Charlie Boy, many will agree with the fact that Nigeria in the last 8 years have been intentionally and deliberately mismanaged under your watch, and the APC cabals with impunity and intensity. This one is coming from Charlie Boy. Abike Dabiri Erewa clashes with aggrieved Nigerians demanding more for stranded nationals in the Sudanese war. The chairman and the Nigeria in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, has slammed some Nigerians on social media who engage her by asking about the commission's position to evacuate stranded Nigerians in the war-ravaged Sudan. In response to the complainants posed at her, Dabiri Erewa via the micro-blogging platform Twitter described some of her critics as unprogressive, retrogressive, obedient, laboring in vain, after they scolded her not to call God to do what she has been given powers to do. That is the problem now. Every time you will hear them calling God. I beg, make una call Ugu. That name what they call God. You don't tire. Make una they call Ugu or Amadioha. Let me see. Ndara. The Diaspora Commission chairman, while reacting to the complainants of Nigerians on Twitter and other social media platforms over government inaction to evacuate stranded Nigerians in the war-torn Sudan, said that other countries, starting United Kingdom, had not evacuated their own 3,000 nationals. Are you comparing what? Okay, you cannot compare your own country with those ones who have evacuated their own citizens. Well done, another try. She wrote, British diplomats, what about the over 3,000 British citizens resident there? Complaining we will not rescue only our diplomats and families and leave our thousands of students. All will be back safely by God's grace. And God's grace, now go bring them back now. However, at the citizen prince, Bamide responded, stop saying by God's grace. She na God's grace, Buhari employ. Always full of excuses. Let's commerce. Hey, while I know they finish you. Nigeria really don't finish this woman. Reacting to the statement she wrote, maybe that is why you have remained stagnant and unprogressive, retrogressively disobedient and laboring in vain, because all you have ever laid your hands on is by the grace of the devil you worship. Mr. 83 followers. Hey, while I know they finish you. Following her outburst, Nigerians describe her unconsciousness as probably the reason why the part of our foreign relations she handles is in shambles. At Adrian Sola, A.A. wrote, this unconsciousness is probably the reason why the part of our foreign relationships she handles is in shambles. I've never seen or heard of any more undiplomatic diplomats, according to this handle. King Abayomi wrote, one of our top diplomats is trolling like a regular Twitter banger. Boy, when 3 million Nigerians lives are on the line in one of the deadliest conflicts in the world, sometimes I wonder what we did to end up with this kind of mediocre leadership. Niger News reports that a war broke out in Sudan last week between Sudan Army Forces and paramilitary rapid support forces over disagreements about the transition to civilian rule, and no fewer than 400 persons have been killed in the battles. And so the thing take place. So my people, make una do what? Make una just clean on a care. Yeah, very well. More is to come. If you find a wife in a nightclub, forget it. That is a demon. Pastor Ibiome laments. The General Overseer of Salvation Ministry, Pastor David Ibiome, has claimed nightclub is not a place to find a wife. Well, you can say that again. Niger News report that the popular Port Harcourt-based clergyman made the assertion during a church service. According to him, any wife or husband married from the club is automatically a demon, as both parties are heading towards the hellfire. Let me hear what, Joe. What about the ones that are being married in the church? And at the end of the day, they will end up, even the GO will end up scattering the marriage simply because the GO is interested in the woman or in the man. Pastor Ibiome added that a wife is only found in the church, okay, as he uses a Bible reference to back his claims up. Well, in as much as I must agree with you in some aspects, in some aspects, but this one, I do what? I did not agree with you. You get the point now? I repeat myself. I myself did not agree with you. Who told you the wife they find in church can never scatter? All those wives, all those wives where they say, hey, find them in the church. Now the same people where they go to church. Now them see they go to nightclub in the night. Church in the morning, in the night, they are in the nightclub. Even Okpo Miliki, they go to church. And somebody will go to church and see Okpo Miliki now, where they tie head like Mary Amaka, and they will say, oh, this one Mary. Let me use this one to step down. At the end of the day, when you find that one reach out, you find out that you just married a night hawker, a kiringo. So I disagree with you, Pastor. I beg, tell us another different thing. Gunmen don't kidnap a Catholic priest in Anambra State. Some non-gunmen have reportedly kidnapped a Catholic priest at the famous Nobi roundabout in the 10-minute South local government area of Anambra State. It was gathered that the cleric was driving a Lexus FS 300 with the plate number Anambra GDD 882 PW at the road when he was ambushed by the assailants. Vanguard report that the yet to be identified priest was heading towards A.K.A, a neighboring community, when the hoodlums surrounded him and bundled him into their own car. The victim has stopped his car at the Nnobi Junction to buy some fruits. When his telephone rang, he was still answering the call and looking around for the caller when he was double-crossed by another car whose occupants were armed to the teeth. The assailants forcibly bundled him into their jeep, leaving his car steaming before driving off. The incident disrupted activities in the market as the hoodlums shot indiscriminately into the air, eyewitnesses told journalists. He noted that there were no casualties in the incident, although he confirmed some people sustained minor injuries as they ran in different directions for safety. The state command of the Nigerian police force is, however, yet to release an official statement on the incident as of the reporting time. We are moving forward. Suspend members trying to stop Obi's case against Tinubu's victory. This one is coming from Labour Party. That suspended members, the faction of Lamidi Apapa. The Labour Party on Tuesday accused the faction of the party of planning to halt the suit filed by its presidential candidate P2B against the declaration of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC, Bola Tinubu, as president-elect. The acting national publicity secretary of the party, Pastor Obiora Ifo, made this claim in a statement released in Abuja on Tuesday. Nigerians recall that Obi, in a suit filed before the Presidential Election Tribunal, is seeking to reclaim his mandate, which he said was stolen at the polls. Ofo said daily the evil intention of the breakaway faction of the Labour Party, led by the suspended Deputy National Chairman Lamidi Apapa, continues to manifest, and just this morning our legal team was confronted by the stark revelation that these men have advanced their plot by approaching all the tribunals where our numerous candidates lodged their election petitions arising from the recently held general elections. Alongside Lamidi Apapa on the plot to frustrate Labour Party's destined victory in the tribunals and also to derail the flagging democracy are some of the suspended members, including Samuel Akimbede, Benga Daramola, Anselm Eraba, and Abayomi Arabambe, erstwhile National Legal Advisor, National Financial Secretary, National Youth Leader, and National Publicity Secretary, respectively, among others. Recall that the leadership of the Labour Party has been swimming through the murky waters of conspiracy, treachery, and sabotage orchestrated by these former officers of the party. Wahala, no dey finish, problem everywhere. We have long suspended that most were planted to sabotage the efforts of the party to offer Nigerians an alternative to the wicked and clueless governors in place today. But the desperation to satisfy their paymaster is beginning to threaten our common peace and, of course, our democracy. Approaching the tribunals to withdraw all the cases lodged by Labour Party candidates across the board is the height of sabotage and treachery, and Nigerians will resist this plot to plunge the nation into unnecessary turmoil. Their actions show that they were working against the party and that they are working to destroy the party. If they claim that they have a problem with the national leadership of the party, will they also claim that they have a problem with the candidate of the party? That is the simple truth. What offense has the candidate of the party committed that they are now moving around to withdraw their matters from the tribunal? He further said the leadership of the Labour Party is therefore calling on the tribunals to disregard any letter emanating from our suspended National Legal Advisor, Samuel Akimbede, to the effect that all our cases are to be withdrawn. We are also calling on the Presidential Election Tribunal to disregard such letters from the ex-officials of our party asking for the withdrawal of His Excellency Peter Obi's petition. We also call on the police, DSS and EFCC to quickly apprehend and question these agents of destruction before they succeed in igniting the nation. The party leadership, loyal to Julius Abure, equally noted that the appointment of Pastor Ofo as the acting National Public Secretary followed due process as enshrined in the party's constitution. The statement read further: all stakeholders, including the state chairman and their secretaries, zonal officers, owners and trustees of the party, including Nigerian Labour Congress and TUC, some elected members of the party, as well as the leader and the presidential candidate of the party, amongst others, met in Asaba on April 18, where I was elected as the National Publicity Secretary due to the vacancy that occurred after the explosion of the former National Publicity Secretary, in line with the powers conferred on it. Article 14 sub 2 B section SIV of the Labour Party Constitution on the powers and function of the next states to fill vacancies in the new working committee as they may occur from time to time in between national convention. Also section SV states to take disciplinary actions against any member or organ of the party as it may seem fit in the interest of the party. All relevant government agencies, including NEC, were present where I was unanimously elected. It is even ludicrous that an impostor who committed a crime and forged signatures upon which he has been suspended over 6 months ago, and for him to turn around to be calling people's imposters. I wonder who is the real imposter here. This one is coming from Pastor Ofo. The last but not the least, Election Tribunal petition will be response to objections filed against his petition challenging Tinubu's victory. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has responded to the objections filed against his petition challenging the 2023 presidential poll, in which the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC declared Bola Tinubu of All Progressive Congress (APC) the president-elect. Recall, Obi, who came third in the election, alleged that the election was characterized by various irregularities, including the non-qualification of Mr. Tinubu and his running mate, Kashim Shettima, to contest the election. He also alleged that Mr. Tinubu failed to win the majority of the lawful votes cast in the election, and just as he could not secure 1/4 of the lawful votes cast in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. He also alleged that the election was conducted in substantial non-compliance with the provision of the Electoral Act of 2022. But INEC, Tinubu and his political party, the APC, had entered objections as the tribunal to dismiss Obi's petition for abuse of court processes. But in replies dated April 20, Obi's legal team, led by Dr. Levi Ozuku-San, maintained that his petitions are well grounded to lawfully overturn the 2023 presidential election result announced by INEC. More so, in a bid to maximize time, Obi's team, in a letter to the Secretary of the Presidential Election Court, dated April 21, asked for the issuance of a pre-hearing notice in respect of his petition. As seen in the letter, the court issued the pre-hearing form to him and the respective parties. Obi went to show the court how INEC disobeyed its orders by refusing to avail him of all electoral materials used during the presidential poll. As contained in the form seen by our correspondent, Obi intends to argue during the pre-hearing season that applications for subpoena, objections, enforcement of an order of the court not obeyed by INEC, and other applications arising in the course of the hearing. It gathered that the Court of Appeal leadership may set the date for sitting before the end of April, as pre-hearing and full hearing sitting may commence next month, being May. It is observed that renovations work has begun at the court, where the proceedings will be held, according to the news we got this morning. So, my good people of Biafra, my good people of Nigeria, lovers of freedom and lovers of mankind, people who love what I'm doing and people who also hate what I'm doing, I bless you all, and I said, may this new day bring us a new thing, a new blessing, and a new empowerment. And that's all the thing take be. So now here I go take back break you before I will come back again with another blockbuster. But make sure you just use this one, they cool on a mind. If you never subscribe and you're watching, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you will be notified each time we go live or post something new on this channel or another channel related to Okute Daily Talk. So my good people, please now here I go take back break you and I go so. Make sure enjoy on a day and make sure you take your breakfast and your coffee as you are leaving your house this early morning. Take good care of yourself. I am signing out. Bye for now. KMSiano, my good people of Biafra.